up, YouTube? I am your host, Mediocre, reviews and reviews. Back in here with one more video. All right, guys, you see the title of the video, you see the thumbnail, you already know what time it is. It is time to get active. Shout out to the YouTube channel, It's Complicated. We've gone over the videos before. Fantastic content creator. Guys, make sure you go on there, click that subscribe button on them, show them some respect, all right? Again, these are interviews, public interviews, where the interviewer asks very fantastic questions, and this one will be no different. Without further ado,
what were some of the things that you were told about men while growing up?
That I was told about men while I was growing up.
it's gonna be negative.
Yeah.
Not to get drunk around men.
Okay, so just like don't trust them?
Yes.
Okay. Just a fun one.
Okay.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate yourself?
I'll definitely say a 10.
You're a 10?
Yeah, a 10
okay.
of course.
Does that mean like there's no room for improvement? Or?
No, always room for improvement, but I just feel that I have a lot to bring to the table, so yes.
If there was one thing you could improve about yourself, what would that be?
I'll say, I don't know. Me?
You know what's actually hilarious about this, and you know, because I can sit here and talk about being a 10 and this, that, and the third, but like, being a content creator, especially like in my Discord channel, because there's men and women that are signed up to my Patreon, and one of the ways that I've noticed this happening, this, you know, how do we get such delusion amongst women? Like, one of the things that I see is that women typically coddle women as well, along with like all of these panderers and all these companies that are trying to sell them shit. And the way that I recognize that is like in my Discord server, and when a dude enters a Discord server and how men talk to the newcomer into the space versus how when women come into the Discord server and how women, and the thing is being the admin, I can see the women communicate with each other and the men communicating with each other. And from a dude's perspective, like, I'm used to that type of communication. But when I come into the women's shit, all I see is like hard eyes, emojis, and oh my God, you're so beautiful. You know what I'm saying? They got channels in there where they go over like weight, like dieting pictures and stuff like that. And listen, at the end of the day, dudes don't actually experience that, right? Like, dudes are not going to tell you that you're doing good or, you know, that you've made progress in something unless there's been significant progress in something. You know what I'm saying? It's completely different standards for the genders. It's uniquely fascinating, and I'm bringing that up because at an aggregate level, watching it happen, right, with just within my Discord server, I'm like, oh my God, I didn't realize that women talk to each other like this. But I'm trying to give you guys additional information that can go into how we see so many women that will rank themselves a 10. Let's keep going.
Halfway mark,
Okay.
5, 6.
If you could improve one thing about yourself, what would it be?
My self-confidence.
So we're all 10s, pretty much.
Pretty much, put it that way, okay.
Okay. If you're all 10s, does that mean like there's no room for improvement, or like you're
Of
perfect?
course, you can always go to
Yeah.
20. There's always room.
Okay. If you were gonna improve like one thing about yourself, what would it be?
Uh-oh.
My attitude.
Oh.
My anger.
Oh.
Your anger.
Yeah.
You know what's so funny about that? I hope that he asks that to a different race of women, because the thing is like when they say things like that, like, yeah, they know that they can improve it, right? But again, they say that and their smiles across their face like, I have no intentions on improving it. And in fact, within my culture, it seems that I get placed on a pedestal, so I wear it, this anger, as a badge of honor. Let's keep going. I wonder if the other one's gonna say that.
Being punctual. I'm always late.
Functional. Okay. All right.
Here's the thing though, a lot of it is lateness unless it has to do with someone that you actually have to respect, like your boss. You understand me? It's interesting to hear people say that, or like to say, oh, I'm always late for dates, or this, I'm always late for this, that, and the third. Then if you ask them, well, are you always late to your job? No, I'll get fired if I'm that. Uh-oh. Sounds like there needs to be repercussions for your actions.
Can you think of any time in recorded human history where women have had more power than they do right now?
No.
Not at all.
No.
No.
Okay. Can you think of any countries other than Western countries like America, Australia, Canada, where women have more power than they do in those countries?
Maybe the Queen of Elizabeth, you know, over there. I would say.
But I mean, probably not Asia. Probably not Asia or the Middle East or anything like that, right?
No.
Women are pretty. Okay.
Yeah.
Why do you think so many women feel so oppressed in both the time and place where they have the most power?
It's popping to be a victim.
That's touchy. That's gonna go, that's gonna go political.
Woo.
Because there's still like a lot of men who don't see the value of women.
Okay.
So it feels like we're always constantly having to prove ourselves.
Yeah.
What do you think is the difference between confidence and arrogance?
Ooh, your attitude.
Your attitude. Okay.
How you carry yourself. I was just having a conversation with my girls tonight about like wearing something like this. It brings a lot to light because I still want to be viewed a certain way and not be viewed a certain way, if that makes any sense.
No.
It makes no sense.
Right?
No, I don't know what it means. Okay. Do you think that your partner's past body count matters in dating?
It shouldn't.
No.
It shouldn't, but does it?
Not all the time.
Personally, it has affected me because an ex got a little crazy when I told him mine. But other than, I think because my number was better than his.
Well, here's the thing,
Thought
right?
rocket.
If it doesn't matter, why do so many people insist on keeping it a secret?
Because the opinion of a
Not their
person.
business.
Well, right, but what's there to hide if there's no?
It's just personal, like.
Because
like,
you don't want to
like
be judged. You don't want to come off being judged about something that had nothing to do with them before then.
I get that, but I'm saying the
I
fact
feel
that
like
you
that's
might
just
be.
like your social security number.
The
Like,
fact
yeah,
that you-
I can tell you, but why? I want that to myself.
Right, but isn't the fact that people feel judged by that, doesn't that mean that it shouldn't matter, but it often does?
Yes.
So it does matter.
Not to me.
I'm not saying it. Okay, but I'm
In
just saying.
general, yes, it does matter.
To some people, it actually
Yeah.
does matter.
For the
So-
majority, it does matter. Where
Do you think men and women can be just friends?
Yes.
So if you asked your best straight single male friend if he'd date you or hook up, what do you think he would say?
Yeah.
Yes.
So you can't be friends,
You're right.
but you can.
I retract that.
You can,
Good questions.
But usually
He's
it's the
good.
woman who sets the boundaries,
If
right?
you're not attracted to the person, you can be.
yes.
Yes.
Okay, each of you, if you asked your best straight single male friend if he'd date you or hook up, what do you think he would say?
Yeah.
Yes.
So then you can't be friends.
You can, but you
You just have
can't.
to know your boundaries.
You-
Exactly.
Well, right, but who
Like, I
typically?
have a best friend
It's not
for
a
10
real
years
friend.
and we've never
Right.
slept together.
Who's the
Same.
one who typically sets the boundaries in the relationship, the man or the
Both.
woman?
Both.
I say both, but
say
definitely the
him.
female.
Me and him.
Is it both or is it one or is it the female?
I really say the female because
Yeah.
she, as soon as he makes that move, she's like, okay, I gotta back up because you're catching feelings.
Okay. So who
Yeah.
typically sets the boundaries in the relationship? The man or the woman?
women.
The women. do
Yes,
stuff. Do you
women,
think
of
that gives
course.
them an advantage in relationships?
The boundaries from a sexual perspective, women. The boundaries from a relationship perspective.
Yes, yeah, I'll say that. Because, I mean, if you're setting boundaries, then I guess you can let them have a little bit, of advantage. Yes.
Why do you think women want equality in everything except for dating?
Wow. Because the
I'll
benefits.
say so they can just have a more diabnic. That's what I'm trying to
Dynamic?
say. Yeah. So
Was there anything in your experience dealing with men that came as a surprise to you?
Yeah, they're horn dogs.
The horn dogs, okay. Interesting.
No one tells you that.
Well, I mean, okay.
You figured that out.
Okay. So if men are just natural horn dogs,
Yeah.
why do you think women don't typically approach men? I mean, because pretty much, wouldn't
Right.
that make sense? I mean,
Right.
any guy you know
Right.
that you go approach would probably be down, right?
Right?
So why are men typically the ones that approach women?
Interesting. I just think that's the way it should be.
That's the way it should be. What's that based on?
Probably my values growing up, because I was not allowed to chase boys or call boys. They had to pursue me, and they had to meet my dad first. It's very hard.
Do you think religion and politics matter in dating?
Yes. No.
No. Okay.
I don't
Why
think that should define a relationship.
Okay. So.
Love is love.
Well, let me ask you this though. You don't think it does, but most women probably wouldn't date a guy who was a Trump supporter, or they wouldn't date a guy who was
a Christian wouldn't date an atheist.
right, or a vegan probably.
So it does matter.
Right.
Religion does matter. Politics do matter in relationships.
Right. I mean, I actually think it matters a lot.
Yes,
because,
of course. Yes, of course.
Because,
yeah.
you know, I mean, like, there are some people I know.
You can have somebody that's Christian and have somebody that's atheist, and then, like, the spirituality doesn't match because, you know, like, what if I believe in God and they don't believe in God, you know? So I feel that's very important.
So why do you think that a lot of people will say don't discuss politics or religion on a first date when it seems to be the first thing that you would want to talk about, right?
Yeah, no, don't listen, guys. Don't you do that. If you're just trying to get the guts. But yeah, if we'll see on a first date, you know, I don't feel like you should interject all of that information because you're going to talk yourself up out of it. It's actually happened to me a couple of times because you guys already know I'm very opinionated. And I will not let my side not be valued within a conversation in exchange for not receiving the viscous innards. It's not worth it to me. I'd rather let my voice fly. Let's keep it going.
Yeah, I feel that maybe because they don't want it like to be too much drama all at first. That's probably why, and they just want to keep it because that's a hard topic to really go into. Yes.
But at the end of the day, if you love somebody, it's because you love them because of who they are, not for what they do or what they stand for.
Do you think unconditional love is possible in a romantic relationship?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, I believe it's possible, but why do we have a term called deal breakers?
Deal breakers. Ooh. Because
Good question.
people tend to find the, how do you say it? The defects of other people. I don't know. Wait, los defectos en español, sorry. Of other people, you know, because they try to.
What's hilarious is, you know, if you notice their first interaction, when she was talking about love is love, and then the interviewer didn't agree with her, and then this one took the mic. This one lives in a bit more of reality than what she does, right? And then when pressured, right, or challenged regarding the way that she thinks, she feigns the English language. El defectos. You know how to speak, lady. Stop it. Just because you don't know how to answer the question. And this one over here is looking at her like, just hand the mic back over. I do way better at this thing than you living in this Disney fantasy of bullshit. That's exactly what she's what she's thinking. Let's move on.
I think because sometimes, like, there just needs to be some drama that people want to cause. But I don't think it should be, like, a problem with it, honestly. Like, because if you're going to love somebody, like, I really hope somebody loves me the way I am without having to force me to change, you know? Sure. So if I'm going to ever love somebody, I don't know. I'm sorry. Did I lose myself?
No, it's okay. We'll move to a different question. Okay. Do you think men...
She'll be the first one to believe in all of that stuff and then be the first one to divorce you. Take half your ish. That's her. The nature just oozes off of that one on the left. Just oozes. Identify the key indicators and the red flags. Please identify them. It oozed.
Men are socialized to protect and provide for women.
Yes.
Okay, so they're raised that way. Do you think some men go as far as putting women up on a pedestal? Some men.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. If all that is true, why are there so many women who are angry at men? Aren't those all good qualities?
But what makes you think women are angry at men?
Because a lot of men are kind of demonized for being cheaters and liars and players and
goes both ways.
Toxic masculinity.
Goes both ways.
Okay, but I'm just saying.
But
like,
you basically a generalization of men is cheaters and womenizers.
There's a term called toxic masculinity. There's no term called toxic femininity.
Right.
So I'm just saying, like, why do you think a term like that exists when most men are socialized to protect and provide for women and put them on pedestals and be gentlemen? Mm-hmm. Where does that come from?
Good question.
I think that the way it used to be, and hopefully we're trying to continue those types of standards for our boys. But I do see society, unfortunately, has changed a lot of that.
Do you think society is getting, like, what about society is changing? Like, what?
Oh, first of all, you don't date. Everything's online.
Okay.
Everything's online, and I don't date. I'm married, but from my friends, you know, you don't meet up and have a beer and have a date. You are online and you text, and then it usually goes to sexting or wanting nude pictures of you very quickly. And I've experienced even married where I've had that, and I'm like, whoa.
Okay. Do you think
the online dating answer had nothing to do with the actual question? Nothing. It was such a good question. I was surprised she even continued to talk. Like, yeah, I just don't know. And guys, listen to. There's nothing wrong with just saying I don't know. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know. I just don't know. There's nothing wrong with just saying that from time to time. You know what I'm saying? If I'm ever in an interview and I don't know, I'm not gonna try to make some shit up. I don't know. I don't know. Our society today has lost the art form of I don't know, and confident within that I don't know. It's one of the most rarest skills in soft skills communication. Shit, I know people that got interviews because they said I don't know in an interview, because it shows a degree of authenticity and that you're not a bullshit artist. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not calling these ladies bullshit artists, but I'm just bringing up soft skills for you. Being confident within your I don't know. I don't know. I'll go figure it out though. That's usually what I say when posed with something that I don't know the answer to. Let's rock on.
There's a difference between what women say that they want in a relationship and what they actually respond to?
Uh-oh.
Yes, there's a difference.
So how can you trust a woman's dating advice?
How can I how can you trust a woman's
A lot of women will say that they want a nice guy, but then they'll go and date the bad boy.
Yeah.
So if women aren't backing up what they say that they want with their actions, doesn't that mean it's kind of hard to take women seriously when they say they want certain things?
I think relationships are something that, if it's a mutual feeling, both people will want to work towards it.
Okay.
If it's just like, women like to say like, oh no, you know, do whatever you want, but at the end of the day, we still want you to do what we want. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you about that. Okay. I can tell a guy like, oh, you don't have to get, you don't have to get me flowers, but at the end of the day, I'll still want flowers, because women don't like to ask for things.
Okay.
So, going back to your question, I'm not saying you shouldn't trust women. You should. But men should, like, you know, put their effort. Women like to see effort. At the end of the day, it's all about effort.
Okay.
Right?
And now.
Holy moly. So, women say one thing and mean another in the same sentence, but trust what women say. You can't make this shit up.
I don't want to ask somebody for flowers.
Okay, but here's the thing, right? Do you think that it's true that women often find... Do you think it's true that women often find attractive men cute and romantic when an ugly one doing the exact same thing is creepy?
Oh, good question.
Yes.
So then why do women complain about guys not willing to make an effort? All right, let me ask this. When single women dress sexy and wear makeup, are they seeking attention?
Not always.
Not always, but I mean, in general,
I think generally, I think you probably are. I mean, that's just human nature.
Okay. Are they seeking attention from other women, men, or the right man?
I think they're seeking some validation.
Validation, okay. And there's a lot of women who say, you know, I dress a certain way for myself, right?
Right.
My question is, if women are dressing for themselves, why do you often see women walking around in uncomfortable shoes and skimpy dresses when it's freezing cold outside?
I don't do that.
I'm not saying you do, but I'm saying, are those women dressing for themselves if they're walking around with, you know, uncomfortable shoes and no. So they're dressing for attention, right?
Maybe. But you know, again,
freezing, wearing skimpy outfits, or like wearing really uncomfortable shoes. I mean, they can't be dressing for themselves because otherwise they'd be comfortable, and they don't look very comfortable. So what do you think about that?
I think a lot of women say that they dress for themselves, but they're really not dressing for themselves.
Do you think there's a difference?
I think it's like subconsciously dressing for others, but like they're like, oh, I'm just dressing for myself. Yeah.
Right. Do you think there's a difference between what women say that they want and what they actually respond to?
Yeah.
Yes.
So can you trust a woman's dating advice?
Depends.
Well, I'm just saying. Okay.
Probably not. Probably not.
I don't know. I mean, every woman's different. You know, some women choose to wear high heels every day of their...
No, there's definitely exceptions to every rule, but do you think generalizing is always wrong?
Generalizing is wrong.
Is it always wrong?
Not all the time.
Now you're making me think about words that you're using.
Well, don't women typically want to date men taller than them? Is that a generalization?
Men? Yes.
Women typically want to date a man taller than them, right?
Typically, yes.
So that's a generalization. So
it must be, yes.
So generalizing is not always wrong.
It's not, right?
It's not always wrong. There's certain patterns.
Yeah.
Do you guys like hip hop music?
Yeah.
Yes.
A lot of women like hip hop music. Why do you think so many women love hip hop music when so much of it is degrading to women?
Degrading to women.
Oh, like ass, titties, all that. Like.
Yeah, or just like, you know, bitches ain't nothing but hoes and tricks,
Yeah,
you know? Why do so many women, you know, why do they listen to that music if it's degrading to women?
I think it's different now in 2020. I think now women listen more to female rappers, female singers.
Like Cardi B?
Like Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion.
I think.
Okay,
so
I think people are trying to normalize that, but it shouldn't be normalized because we still have a lot of problems going on with sex trafficking. You know, with women being. Men also can get. I'm not saying they can't, but it's a very popular thing towards women being harassed when they're younger.
But here's my ultimate question. Why are women typically held accountable for their own actions when they drive drunk, but not when they have drunk sex?
Oh.
When they drive drunk, but not when they have drunk sex. Do y'all know this?
Why are women typically held accountable for their own decisions when they drive drunk, but not when they have drunk sex?
Oh.
Okay. Maybe because the way our society works, women are always seen as lesser than men.
What?
It has been like that all the time.
They are judged more than men.
If a woman, it's true. We both know it.
Okay, so let me
No, I'm not saying you think like that. Okay. But a lot of, you know, in the society that we live in, like, people see women as less than men. And it's normal. We all understand that. So when a woman is becoming powerful, you know, and wants to stand up for herself, that's when the people start responding back because they don't handle that. They don't know how to control it because they don't see a woman.
They're scared.
Follow me.
Okay, a clear question about accountability and about how to judge someone under the influence in two different lenses, and somehow the answer to that question gets put onto victimhood and not taking accountability for what that is at all. Guys, you see it here happening live and direct. Listen, I'm gonna pause the video right now. We're going on for a long time. There's more in this video. I'm gonna leave a link to it down in the description box down below. I love his questions. I love that he sets up a question one way, they answer, and then he comes back in with a totally different question that challenges the logic of the first question. You understand me? And I think that is very important to see, because it is using the Socratic method in order to get the population, and I guess us as the viewers as well, to understand the BS that they might believe in. I hope some of the people within this video go back and actually take a look at their own answers and see how it aligns up to the question so they can do some more introspection. All right? Questions, comments, concerns. Y'all already know what to do. Mediocre tutorials and reviews at gmail.com. Feel free to hit me up. Got an Instagram as well. Link down in the description box down below if you are interested in following your boy. Also got a Patreon. Link down in the description box down below as well if you want to come up to the inner circle to get closer to your boy. Let's have a conversation. All right? Until next time, YouTube. Peace.